Good morning, Professor Sir Shukan and classmates. Our group will present moral issues such as political dynasty, red tape, and procurement fraud in the Philippines, which are interconnected governance issues that undermine democratic participation, delay in public services, and distort the ethical use of public resources, making them appropriate for analysis through a structured decision-making framework that examine facts, stakeholders, dilemmas, alternatives, principles, consequences, decisions, and the courage to act. So I'm going to present the issue of political dynasty in the Philippines. Political dynasties remain a defining feature of Philippine politics, where public service or public office is often concentrated within a few families across generations. Although the 1987 constitutions call for the prohibition of political dynasties, but a lack of an enabling law has allowed this practice to continue. As a result, political competition is limited, democratic participation is weakened, and opportunities for capable leaders outside political families are reduced. The facts shows that dynasties dominate many national and local positions, supported by weak political parties and patronage systems in our society. Stakeholders includes political families, voters, aspiring leaders, government institutions, civil societies, and the marginalized communities whose voice are often overshadowed. The ethical dilemma centers on balancing voters' freedom of choice with the need to ensure fairness, equal opportunity, and democratic representation. Several alternatives exist, including maintaining the status quo, strengthening political parties, enforcing term limits, or passing a law to regulate political dynasties. When conferred, principles such as democratic equality, accountability, and social justice favor reform, while inaction risks continued concentration of power and weakened governance. The ethical decision is to pursue reforms that limit excessive dynastic control while protecting democratic rights. This requires political will, strong institutions, civic education, and encourage from leaders and citizens to prioritize the common good over family or political interest. Sir Ruben?
Thank you, Sir Ronel. I will be discussing bureaucratic red tape in the Philippines, the slow and complicated government processes that delay services and frustrate citizens. I will explore the facts, stakeholders, and possible solutions to this issue. Bureaucratic red tape involves long waiting times and unnecessary paperwork in the government offices. This inefficiency wastes time and increases cost for citizens and businesses, harming the economy. The key stakeholders are citizens, government workers, businesses, and policymakers who are all affected by the responsible for improving the system. The dilemma is whether to keep the current system or make changes that might cause short-term disruption but improve long-term efficiency. We can simplify procedures, digitalize services, fight corruption, or make small improvements to the current system. The best decision is to gradually reform the system by simplifying processes, using digital tools, and fighting corruption for long-term efficiency and fairness. In conclusion, addressing bureaucratic red tape is crucial for improving government services. By making gradual changes, we can create more efficient and transparent system for everyone. Thank you. Sir Andre.
And for procurement fraud, let's ponder things. Imagine you're a government official who discovered that legislators are inserting paid flood control projects into the budget. Ghost projects designed for kickbacks, leaving communities vulnerable to disasters. What do? The facts are clear. Procurement fraud cost billions in one country alone. 791 corruption cases cost 28 billion and loses through fictitious projects and falsified reports. Substandard infrastructures means collapsed bridges, failed flood systems, and lives at risk. Here's your dilemma: expose the corruption and risk your career, threats, even violence, or stay silent while citizens suffer and public trust erodes. Speaking up takes courage, but silence makes you complicit. Who's affected? Citizens who need safe infrastructures, honest contractors losing bids, future generations inheriting debts and danger, and whistleblowers risking everything for truth. The ethical choice: don't go alone, document everything, build coalitions with reforms, allies, and civil society. Push for e-procurement system that increase transparency by up to 45%, then strategically expose the fraud through protected whistleblowers channels. Execute with courage. Secure legal protection, engage anti-corruption agencies, mobilize public pressure, and implement AI-powered fraud detection system. Real reforms combines immediate action with long-term system change. Corruption thrives in silence. Justice requires courage. The question isn't whether to act, it's how strategically you'll fight for integrity. Choose courage, choose transparency, choose justice. So, Ronel,
By applying ethical decision making to political dynasty, red tape, and procurement fraud, we recognize that meaningful reform in the Philippines requires informed choices, principled leadership, and the collective courage to uphold the common good over personal or political interest. That's all. Thank you for listening to our presentation.